Okay, I'd like to call the order the regular council meeting of July 9th, 2012. Mr. Spagno, would you please call the roll?
Allen.
Here.
Dixon. Here. Gibbons.
Here.
Hannon.
Present.
Harrison.
Present.
McLean.
Here.
Maury.
Here.
O'Brien.
Present.
Pate.
Yes.
All present.
We have 9 members present. At this time, can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to turn to chair announcements. An executive session of council was conducted on June 25th, 2012. Police and personnel issues in July 9th before we came out this evening. Police and personnel issues. At this time, we turn to the librarian's report.
Good evening. My name's Christine. I'm the director of your public library. I just wanted to start out with some good news that the state budget passed with level funding for public libraries for the 2012-2013 fiscal year. The governor originally proposed a 5% cut, so this is very good news for us. We have a couple fun fundraising activities going on. On Thursday, July 19th, we are having Scoop Night at Brewster's. Sorry, Mr. Allen. From 6 to 9 p.m., library staff will be on hand to scoop your ice cream and serve up your dessert, so come and join us. And also, we're having a Premier Designs Jewelry fundraiser on Wednesday, August 8th. We have 2 times. We'll be there from 10, well, they'll be here, I should say, from 10 to 1, in the 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and then again in the evening, 6 to 8 p.m. And 20% of the proceeds from that sale will be donated to the library. And as always, the proceeds of all of our fundraising activities support the programs and services of the library. I was in Brentwood Bank today, and my favorite teller, Carol, asked me if the library was still busy now that everyone has these e-reading devices. So I just want to take a moment to tell you that, yes, we are very busy. The number of items that we have lent this year has increased 15% over last year, and we do have downloadable e-books, e-video, e-audio. And it's a small but a very growing, booming part of our circulation. Currently it's at 2.5%. I expect that that will double by the end of the year. And our patron traffic, the people walking through our doors, increased 4% this year. And an interesting number, and I saw this, a good example this morning, as I got here at 8 o'clock, there was a gentleman in the courtyard, which if you haven't seen, you have to get out there, on his laptop, utilizing our wireless network. The number of patrons utilizing that network has increased 43% this year. I have seen people out there in the morning in their cars, because if you park close to the building, you can access the wireless network. So another great service that we provide. For more information on any of the programs and services that are offered by the library, you can visit our website at bethelparklibrary.org. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This time, do we turn to the police chief's report and Lieutenant Rogan.
Thank you, everyone. I'm Lieutenant Dave Rogan, and I have a couple police-related items to report for you. And the first would be that the next Crime Watch meeting is going to be on Monday, August 20th at 6:30 p.m. at the Bethel Park Community Center. We encourage all the residents to get involved in our Crime Watch Association, and since we have reactivated, it's become very popular in the community, and so anyone that would like to attend, the next meeting will be Monday, August 20th. And the police department and the fire department will be playing a softball game on Community Day on Saturday, September 8th at 2 p.m. at Perky Field at near the high school. And there's going to be a 50-50 raffle, which will benefit the Bethel Park Community Foundation. And we hope all our residents will come out and watch the game and join in on the fun. And it's coming up next week, on Sunday, July 15th, the police department will be participating in the 4th annual Rev 'em Up for Kids car cruise. And this will be something we will be offering free ID cards from the police department for the children. We will be set up near the Allegheny County Police Horse Stables, and the Bethel Park Fire Department will also be on hand. and the event is hosted by Pasta 2 and benefits the Bethel Park Youth Football Association. And lastly, the next DEA-sponsored drug take-back program has been scheduled for Saturday, September 29th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And you can bring all your expired or unwanted prescription pills, medications to one of two locations that we're going to have this fall. One will be the Bethel Park Community Center, and one will be at the Highmark Direct Building at 1175 North Highland Road. So this is a good way for residents to dispose of unwanted medications or medications that they no longer take. And this is, again, is sponsored by the DEA Drug Enforcement Administration. Thank you very much.
Okay, just to remind everybody, the Pasta 2 Rev 'em Up for the Kids Car Cruise will be at the fairgrounds on Sunday, July 15th, I believe from 11 till 5. And there's going to be a concert there. Johnny Angel and the Halos will be the band. I believe they're going to be there mid-afternoon. So, thank you. This time, can we turn to the Fire Chief's report? And Chief Dave Gerber. A special guest tonight.
Yeah. Good evening. My name's Dave Gerber. I'm the fire chief with the Bethel Park Volunteer Fire Company. As Mr. Mowry said, I don't get to get up here very often anymore. But due to the normal person who's here, Tom Kelton, his wife had a baby on the 4th of July. So first I'd like to congratulate him. They had a little boy, mom and baby. Everybody's home now. Everybody's doing good. So congratulations to them. So I get this fun duty tonight. So
We're glad to have you.
all right. In the month of June, the Bethel Park Volunteer Fire Company ran 34 fire calls. We had 5 fires, 5 gas leaks, 2 brush fires, 1 vehicle extrication, 2 sets of power lines down, 2 vehicle accidents, 1 hazardous condition call, 15 false alarms, and 1 rescue of a bunch of ducks from the sewer down in the park. So we do that kind of stuff. But it was a busy month. We had a couple structure fires, so any of the roads we had blocked off and stuff during the month of June, we appreciate everybody's cooperation with us in getting around that. I was asked by the guys down the street, we're still accepting donations. If you haven't donated yet, I believe the second letter already has been sent out. You should have got a letter if you didn't donate the first time. If you did donate, we appreciate it. If you didn't, there's always time, and we appreciate any little bit helps us. You can donate either by dropping a check off to the fire hall, sending it down to the fire station down on Brightwood Road. You can also donate right online. If you go to www.bethelparkvfc.com, you can go down the left-hand side, hit the donations button. You can donate right from your computer. You don't even have to waste the money for a stamp. Also, we have bingo every Saturday night starting at 7 p.m. If you would like to play bingo, we're always looking for new bingo players. Bingo starts at 7 o'clock. Come down, get something to eat. There's food and drink down there, and you can play bingo and get a chance to win some money. Also, just a fire safety tip. We'd like to remind everybody, watch. You've heard me in the past when I've been up here before, and I know when Tom's up here, we ask you to watch with recreational fires. You are allowed to burn recreational fires. A recreational fire would consist of a small fire that you're cooking a hamburger over, hot dogs over, as long as you have it contained within some type of fire pit. It is pretty dry out right now, so we make sure that when you're done in the evening with that, make sure you put water on it, douse it real good, make sure everything's out. We have had a couple fires so far this year that people have moved the firewood out. They haven't put it out all the way, and we had a shed burned down once, and a couple other little problems. Also, anybody that's in their car smoking a cigarette, even if you go outside a building, don't fling your cigarette butts into the mulch. We get several of those calls every month, too, for mulch that caught on fire. People sitting in their car in traffic, fling your cigarette butt out the window, and ends up an hour or two later with a nice little mulch fire and stuff. So please watch what you're doing. Any type of fire, like I said, it is very dry out right now. You want to be very careful. And I have one more item to report. Along with council here, I am proud to say that we got our annual ISO rating back, which is, I forget what ISO even stands for. It's Insurance Yeah, standards organization. Anyway, once every 10, 15 years or so, ISO comes in and rates the fire department, the water system, and the dispatching services of the communities. We had our not annual, but once every 10 to 15 year update this year that they come and met with us and all that. What happens is you get this rating, and then that affects your homeowners' insurance prices. It can adjust up and down a little bit here and there. I'm happy to say that we went from a Class 5 to a Class 4, which is improving this time, which is one of the big things that we told council that we were going to try and work on. I know the water system, which would be the water company, the hydrant system, the fire department, and the dispatching services here in Bethel Park all improved. So I would like to congratulate everybody on that. And that was a good effort that we worked very hard on the last couple of years to do that. So hopefully I'll get a little more information. I've been trying to find out exactly what that would mean as far as any kind of savings and stuff. I haven't quite gotten that answer yet from ISO, but we're working on it. We just got this report in last week, middle of the week or so. So other than that, that's all I have.
Just a little more background on the ISO rating. We spoke with our insurance, the municipal carrier, today. It looks like that rating will go into effect in October. Not all insurance companies use that to do their rating, but we will be putting an article in the Bethel Park Chronicles in the August edition showing people and telling them what they do. I think what they'll have to do is to notify their insurance carrier that our rating dropped from a 5 to a 4, and the community should see some savings on their homeowners insurance. So we appreciate all the hard work, the fire department, the dispatch, the water company. They've dug up every street in Bethel Park, I think, at least once.
Yes.
But I think it all shows the commitment and dedication of our emergency services personnel. We thank you, the fire department, the police dispatch, and everybody, the water company, everybody involved.
Mr. Murray.
Mr. Harrison.
Although in a formal presentation there was a reminder about contributions to the fire company, yes. But I promised them in the meeting we had several months ago, I'd mentioned every month, so I'm going to remind them. And just tell you that the key word in this organization is volunteer, and they rely upon voluntary contributions for the citizens. Also, I've talked to Nora Helprick, and I said I'll also mention her organization, Tri-Community. It's a little bit different in the sense that they take subscriptions, and they're always willing to accept donations. I think the key to the whole thing is that whether it's the fire company or Tri-Community, they don't check to see if you've signed up or make a contribution when they get a call. They respond. So there's lots and lots of talk now in this country, in the medical world, about freeloaders. Don't be a freeloader on the volunteer fire company and Tri-Community. Be sure and support them, because I can tell you as a councilman, any elected official gets complaints from the citizens. I can honestly say I've never gotten a complaint about Tri-Community service. I don't exactly remember. I'm not saying I got a lot of complaints about the fire company, but I know absolutely positively that
hopefully you haven't ever needed us either. That's always a good thing.
Hopefully. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. Any other discussion? Thanks, Chief. We appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
Okay, at this time, turn to the mayor's report. Mayor Morton.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening, Council, and good evening, Bethel Park. You should be out here tonight. We have a packed house. We are going to do our birthdays, as we always do, beginning with our youngest ones. We have two that are 92 years old this year. Ludmilla Oster and Herman Skerlong. We have three that are 94, Ellen Wilson, Larry Amy, and Anna Marie Superior. She almost sounds like she might be a nun. I don't know her. And we have a 96-year-old, Doreen Duke. Happy birthday to her, and Mary Williams, who is 98. So happy birthday to all these seniors, and we will continue to work on them. Kathy Lordia, who sits over here every month with us, was very active in helping me set this up when we put it together a few years ago. And ironically, Kathy is having a birthday today also, so happy birthday to her.
Shall we sing?
Just for the record,
You want to sing, Don?
She's not a member. Mayor, just for the record, she's not a member of that club either, by the way.
Oh, no, she's only 28. Is that right, Kathy? You're 28 this year? You want to sing?
Sure.
All right, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kathy. Happy birthday to you. Community Day. There's been some folks have asked me about it. We having Community Day or are we not having Community Day? We can't have a Community Day, they're saying, because the campus is not ready. Well, it's not ready yet, but the last I heard, it's going to be ready, and Community Day will go on at the high school campus in its new form, September 8th. It's always the second Saturday in September. I think I'm right on that. Other than that, Mr. President, all we have is go Buccos.
There you go. Thank you very much, Mayor.
Yes, sir.
Never said that before.
20 years. It's been 20 years. It's been about 20 years. Yeah.
Okay, can we turn to the approval of the minutes and Mr. Allen?
I move that we approve the regular council meeting minutes of June 11th, 2012.
Second.
There's a motion, a second. We approve the regular council meeting minutes of June 11th, 2012. Any discussion of this item? Mr. Spagno, would you please call the roll?
Allen?
Yes.
Dixon? Yes. Givens?
Yes.
Hannon?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
McLean?
Yes.
Maury?
Yes.
O'Brien?
Yes.
Pate? Yes. 9-0.
Motion passes 9-0. At this time, I'd like to turn to the approval of the bills and payrolls and Mr. Allen.
I move that we approve the bills and payrolls for the municipality for bill list number 070912 in the amount of $1,139,737.57.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. We approve the bills and payrolls for the municipality per bill list number 070912 in the amount of $1,139,737.57. Any discussion on this item? Mr. Spagno, would you please call the roll?
Dixon? Yes. Givens?
Yes.
Hannon?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
McLean?
Yes.
Maury?
Yes.
O'Brien?
Yes.
Pate? Yes. Allen?
Yes.
Motion passes 9-0. At this time, I'd like to turn to the resident comment section for non-agenda items. Okay, hearing none, can we turn to general policy and finance and Mr. Hannon, and we have no residents signed up to speak.
All right, thank you, Mr. President. We have 3 items on the agenda. First item is the hiring of a police officer. I move that we hire Colby J. Grubich as a police officer for the Bethel Park Police Department to commence duty on a date agreeable to Police Chief John Mackey with a probationary period of 12 months at the appropriate starting salary.
Second.
There's a motion, a second. We hire Colby J. Gerbich as the police officer for Bethel Park Police Department to commence duty on the date agreeable to Police Chief John Mackey with a probationary period of 12 months at the appropriate starting salary. Any discussion of this item? Mr. Spagno, would you please call the roll?
Givens?
Yes.
Hannon?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
McLean?
Yes.
Maury?
Yes.
O'Brien?
Yes.
Pate?
Yes.
Allen?
Yes.
Dixon? Yes. 9-0.
Motion passes 9-0. Mr. Hannon.
The next item is employment of a police officer. I move that we hire Craig W. Smeltz as a police officer for the Bethel Park Police Department to commence duty on a date agreeable to Police Chief John Mackey with a probationary period of 12 months at the appropriate starting salary.
Second.
We have a motion, a second, to hire Craig W. Smeltz as a police officer for the Bethel Park Police Department to commence duty on date agreeable to Police Chief John Mackey and with a probationary period of 12 months at the appropriate starting salary. Any discussion of this item? Mr. Spagno, would you please call the roll?
Hannon?
Yes.
Harrison?
Yes.
McLean?
Yes.
Maury?
Yes.
O'Brien?
Yes.
Pate?
Yes.
Allen?
Yes.
Dixon? Yes. Givens?
Yes.
9-0.
Motion passes 9-0. Just for everybody's information, that's replacing 2 retired police officers that have left the police department within the last few months. I'd like to thank the Civil Service Commission Jim Barazzini, Carl Denson, and Dave McCullough, who oversaw the civil service, the hiring process. So we appreciate the time and the effort they put in. Mr. Hannon.
Third item is an agreement for sewage billing and collection services. I move that we approve the agreement with Jordan Tax Service, Inc. to provide sewer billing and collection services effective at the conclusion of the municipality's current agreement with Pennsylvania American Water Company.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. We approve the agreement with Jordan Tax Service, Inc. to provide sewer billing and collection services effective at the conclusion of the municipal's current agreement with Pennsylvania American Water Company. Any discussion on this item?
Mr. Murray?
Mr. Harrison.
I've asked Mr. Romito to just discuss this item, in particular emphasize why we are changing, not voluntarily.
Yeah,
But
Mark.
whatever information you have that would be useful to the citizens, thank you.
Mark Romito is our finance director. If he could please comment.
Yeah, as excuse me, as Mr. Harrison said, we're not really given a choice in this matter. Unfortunately, for the last 5 years, Bethel Park sewer customers have enjoyed the convenience of having sewer charges appear on the monthly water bill. Pennsylvania American Water Company, who sends out that monthly water bill, has notified us that they will no longer provide that service, and they will not add the sewer billing charges onto the water bills anymore. That's not just a Bethel Park thing. That's in several area communities where Pennsylvania American Water Company currently does the same thing. So that really forced our hand into finding a new way to do that. Over the past 6 months, we've considered some different options. We've reviewed several vendors' proposals, and where we are now is the agreement before council, if approved tonight, would authorize Jordan Tax Service to begin to pick up where the water company leaves off effective October. Jordan Tax Service would then send out monthly sewer bills that would come as a separate bill. You would still receive your monthly water bill from the water company. It would still come in the mail, but it would be just water charges only. So in addition to the water bill, you would receive a separate bill for the sewer charges. Some notable things about Jordan and their billing service this time around. You may remember 5 years ago they did the billing for us. This time around they will offer an 8.5 by 11 bill. I actually got a sample of that. You may remember they used to send us a postcard. We'll get a full bill in the mail now. That will come in a regular business-sized envelope. In addition, they used to bill quarterly for us. They'll bill monthly, just like the water company has been billing. They will offer several different payment arrangements. One of those is the automatic deductions from checking accounts, which you may be used to right now with the water company. Jordan will be able to continue that type of service. They'll also offer online payments, the ability to pay at the orange drop box in the municipality's lower parking lot, and the orange drop box at Jordan Tax Services Bethel Park office. Those are available 24 hours. So those are an added convenience that we didn't actually have with the water company. Additionally, Jordan's going to offer the option for people to sign up to register for e-billing service, and you could receive a bill via email sent to your email each month. That would be a savings to the municipality that would help keep sewer rates low. The choice to sign up for e-billing saves postage, and that's one less cost we would have to worry about. So when that option is available, it will be available when you receive your first bill. There should be an insert in your first bill giving you instructions on how to register for that service. We'll also include any information that we can on the municipality's website. And so to summarize, that'll all happen in October. If council approves the contract tonight, it will be Jordan Tax Service sending the bills beginning in October.
Yeah, thank you. And if I may, I just know from using the system where I get all my utilities and insurance and that type thing taken out of my checking account, it takes a couple months to get that set up, once you inform the utility or whoever in the bank. So just keep posted, and as soon as we know that you can start that process, then you can get it started. And as Mr. Romito pointed out, it saves postage for them sending bills out. Also saves you money if you mail a check back. Now you can drop it in the drop box, or you could deliver it, but it's a lot cheaper for everybody to use this automated system. So I would encourage people to use that system to when the municipality saves money, the citizens save money by definition. So participate. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Romita?
Yes.
Did you mention whether the bills are monthly or quarterly?
They will be monthly. They'll continue on a very similar timeline as the water company bills came in. So actually beginning in October, if you receive your monthly water bill in October and you notice the sewer charges aren't on there, expect to receive your sewer bill pretty quickly after that. If you haven't, contact Jordan Tax Service.
Okay, we are also going to outline this in hopefully the August Bethel Park Chronicles, explaining it and reiterating how you go about signing up and what the process will be. Okay, is there any other discussion from council? Mr. Spagnol, would you please call the roll?
Harrison?
Yes.
McLean?
Yes.
Maury?
Yes.
O'Brien?
Yes.
Pate?
Yes.
Allen?
Yes.
Dixon?
Yes.
Gibbons?
Yes.
Hannon?
Yes.
Motion passes 9-0. Mr. Hannon.
There's no other agenda items on our GPNF, but I have a couple items.
Mr. Hannon.
Everybody knows it's been hot the last couple of weeks, and very hot. So take a chance and go to your next door neighbor, make sure they're okay, because sometimes this heat, you forget about everybody shut up in their house, that they need to be checked on once in a while. So just a thought process to keep an eye on especially your senior citizens that are in your neighborhood to make sure that they're okay and they're getting the right attention that they need, and it's good to communicate with them as well. Just a word to the wise. The second item I had the great luxury of attending my assessment appeals hearing last Friday. And that was a joy that I'm sure a lot of people really need to express, mostly to the Bethel Park School District than anybody else, because they, like the county and us and the municipality, are entitled to have a presence there. And it was very interesting how the hearing went, and I asked myself for a modest reduction in my assessment, like a little 6%, and the school district had their time. They wanted to add another 16% higher than the county assessed the property at. So that really took me aback. Then they threw down on the table their comparables, and I took a look at their comparables. And I've lived in this town almost 30 years. I don't even know where that street is. And it's like, I'll give you, for instance, 3 of the 4 properties, and I did a Google search from my house to these properties. First one, 1.9 miles. The second one, 1.2 miles. The third one, 4.6 miles. It's on the other side of South Park from my house, and I almost live in Peters Township. The other one was very close because it was in my neighborhood. I'm not going to say which one. It was very close. But be as it may, and all those the 3 properties I mentioned, the condition was all rated good, which mine was rated good as well. But the grade of the property was all C+. The grade of my property was C. I mean, it's like they're cherry picking these properties to go after you. So I'm lucky, very lucky. Hopefully it works out my way because I don't have a decision yet. Because I in the 11th hour, I pulled out my appraisal, which I had paid for it to present to the hearing, and they were like, "Oh, he's got an appraisal." Oh. But if anybody out there hasn't had their appeals hearing yet and wants to talk about what goes on in these things, give me a call. I'll be glad to discuss what really goes on in these things and my suggestions for you and how really to prepare yourself for the psychological part of the appeals process. So it was, I went through it 10 years ago, and sort of the memory fades whenever it goes, but it was a memory I'm glad I forgot about it from 10 years ago, let me say. But it was interesting to say the least. And then the attorney from the school district, who was an attorney, by the way, I'm paying to have him sit there and boost my taxes by, as close as I could figure what they wanted, it would raise my taxes $1,000 a year. And so you could appeal this thing, and you have the appraisal. That may carry the day. So, okay, that's why I got it. So, it's an interesting process. It's going to be ongoing. I guess they have 80,000 hearings to do, and they haven't even started looking at the commercial properties yet. These are just the residential ones. So, and don't be surprised if you get upset. Call your school board members. They're the people that hired the lawyers to come to the meeting, come to the assessment hearings, to do these kind of things. I could have done a better job doing exactly what they tried to do to raise my assessment, but they didn't do any work. Literally, if I didn't have my appraisal there, I would have really been in a bad situation. So that was just my commentary for the day for the people out there, and I apologize for everybody taking their. But to think that just because our school district's not part of the lawsuit that started the reason we have the assessments doesn't mean they're not taking full advantage of what's going on. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Hannon. Are there any other discussion?
Mr. Murray.
Mr. Harrison.
I'm going to address the fact that soon the professional staff, Bethel Park professional staff, will submit to council the proposed 2013 budget. So I have a message to the professional staff, and then I have a message to the citizens. My message to the professional staff is that they initially suggested a 57.3 increase in real estate taxes for 2012. One member of this council said to me, well, they did that knowing that council would reduce that value. I just note that over many years, the school district has employed a technique of suggesting sometime rather large increase, and then they get their heads together and reduce it, and the attitude seems to be, look what we did for you. We reduced that big number. I object to that procedure. So what I'd like to, and I'll mention that the final increase of Bethel Park real estate taxes for 2012 was 11.5% compared to that number initially suggested. And I've heard no talk of a municipality bankruptcy action. So my appeal to the staff is sharpen your pencil, present to council the minimum budget proposal to fund municipal services at the present level. To the public, I'd like to thank them for their effort to control the real estate tax increase. Their efforts on the petition and their attendance at 4 meetings in this hall where it was essentially full expressing their opinion, I believe had a large impact on the final number that came up for the increase, excuse me. So what I'll do, my pledge to the public is that I'll keep you informed of what's going on, and if you have comments to make, come and see us. Second Monday of every month, we have the public meeting. We also, along the way, will have a mandatory budget hearing. So keep posted. I would hope we can get through this next budget year without having the turmoil we had before. But I think it was necessary. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Is there any other discussion from council? I'll quickly respond. I hope that Mr. Harrison takes the time to read the budget this year. I think it's nice he gives the announcement, but unfortunately he's done nothing over the last few years of making suggestions to cut the budget. The tax petition committee had 2 opportunities to submit signatures. They didn't. I think the council was responsive to the numbers and information they were given. They made what I thought was a sensible decision. And for Mr. Harrison, somebody that made no suggestions, I find kind of laughable that he's encouraging the public to come. I hope that he does take the time this year to read the budget. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Any other comments? We can turn to planning and zoning, and Mr. Dixon.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. We don't have any items under planning and zoning tonight. However, I do have one brief additional item, if I may.
Mr. Dixon.
I just wanted to provide a quick update to the residents of the Locust Road, Kevin Drive, Lawrence Drive area. That neighborhood down there has seen some significant traffic impact from the reconstruction of the Broughton Road, Baptist Road intersection. We held a meeting last month, and I just wanted to tell everybody over there that we are working on the response to the comments and the input that we had from you all. We haven't forgotten about you. We're nearing completion on the summary. We're waiting on the response from our traffic engineer, and we're still trying to compile all the data. So we're getting close. We'll let you know as soon as we have a response for you, and I'll be in touch as soon as we have that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dixon. Any other discussion? Hearing none, can we turn to health, safety, and welfare? And Mr. McLean.
Mr. President, we have no agenda items this evening under health, safety, and welfare.
Do we have any additional items?
I have one additional item, if I may.
Mr. McLean.
Thank you. I just want to make a quick plug for the Tower Concert Series that's beginning this Sunday at the Community Center. As some of you may be aware, for the next 6 Sundays at our Community Center, there'll be free concerts with a range of music from banjos and barbershop quartets to brass bands. And if you've never been, you really should go. It's a very entertaining afternoon, and it's a great way in which we take a community asset like the Community Center and feature it with folks from this neighboring area and our own community performing. I happen to be aware of this because I will be emceeing on Sunday for the Community Band South, but I assure you I neither sing nor play an instrument, and that's a good thing. But I really would welcome everyone to come out. The concerts are free. They're sponsored by the Bethel Park Community Foundation. You are asked to make a contribution as you can, but it's a wonderful community event. Thank you.
If I may, the times I've been there, the place is crowded.
Yes.
So come early if you want to get a seat.
Particularly parking.
That's particularly important. These people can't stand too long.
That's correct.
And just a reminder on the lower end of Park Avenue, if we can make sure the police department posts that no parking, as we have in the past. And I would encourage everybody to use the upper and the lower lot. You can access the rear of the community center from the lower lot. Actually, the lower lot, there is a pathway, so please try to stay off of parking in the neighborhoods. Okay, are there any other items? Hearing none, can we turn to Public Works and Maintenance and Mr. O'Brien.
Thank you, Mr. Meyer. There are no items under Public Works and Maintenance, although I have an additional item.
Mr. O'Brien.
I'd just like to encourage people. The Bethel Park Memorial Committee is going on with their salute to the services and with the birthdays. And this month is America's birthday. So if you'd like to see all the American flags flying in the Bethel Park Veterans Memorial stopped on, they'll be up to the end of July. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Bryan. Any other items? Hearing none, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Move we adjourn.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Good night, everyone.
Hi, I'm John Bauer, and I'm here to talk about sudden cardiac arrest. Heart disease, including sudden cardiac arrest, is the nation's #1 killer. Sudden cardiac arrest happens when the heart suddenly stops beating. This may be from a heart attack or a number of other causes. Whatever the cause, without immediate action, the sufferer will die. You can take action against sudden cardiac arrest. If you see someone suddenly collapse and it looks like they aren't breathing normally, you need to act immediately. First call 911 or your local emergency number. Then start immediate chest compressions. Place your hands in the middle of the chest and begin to push forcefully and rapidly, at least 100 times a minute. If anyone else is nearby, have them relieve you after 2 minutes. Keep taking turns. If you're in a public place, ask someone to get an AED. When it arrives, open it up and follow the voice instructions. Don't stop chest compressions until the AED tells you to. Keep going until rescuers arrive. Sudden cardiac arrest is survivable if immediate action is taken. You can make a difference. To learn more or to learn CPR, contact Tri-Community South EMS at 412-831-3710. Be a lifesaver. Learn CPR.